Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we've got the R.I.S. Apnex. More so we've got the generic Romulan science vessel. But the Apnex, cool little ship. 14 points. 1, 2, 2, 2. 2 crew, tech slot, and a cool named ability. One that I think gets overlooked. Being able to do a damage to every ship at range 1, including your own ship. I think that's something that's a little undervalued. Now, of course, the downside is you're hurting yourself. You know, if you're near the end, maybe it's worth it. It's certainly worth it if one of your opponent's big heavy hitters is down to 1 hull point, and you can kill them in the activation phase. That way they never get a shot. It's always something to consider. But more, I actually want to spend time talking about the Romulan science vessel. It's 12 points. You get a crew slot, you get a tech slot. You get 3 durability. You get 2 agility dice. You can cloak. You can slap an interface generator on here. And then it takes 2 shots to kill you. Period. You can deploy cloaked mines. That's a legitimate thing. Though at that point I think I prefer the bird of prey, like the jazz call. Or the Praetus. Get, say, 3 tech slots. Maybe the Talvith. Yeah, whichever one gives you 3 tech slots. But yeah, maneuver dial here is fantastic. The science vessel as a whole has been a staple in this game and is definitely something that you should have in your collection because of how cheap it is. And never underestimate the cheap ships in the game. Captain Mirok is one of the best low-skill captains. He's one of my underrated, undervalued captains. A captain I think most people don't rate highly enough because he heals. He's not one to put on the science vessel, but he's something for a scimitar. He's something for anything big, anything that's going to be a target, but you think can live for at least a round. I like Mirok. Skill 4 is rough, but at least you can move early and pretty much know where your friendly ships are so that you can trigger his named ability. So the worst upgrade in this pack is Parham, and for 1 point you don't really expect much, but he's kind of your standard ganking card, and I don't need to go into too much detail there. But then we get Varel, and she has been, well, a very good card, attack cancellation, and a card that was probably responsible for the May ruling and making that so it only worked once per round. She's a good card, and she's one of the very few cards that's worth the extra 5 points to bring on to something other than a Romulan science vessel. That's scary. When a card is still good at 10 or 11 points, you kind of go, ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. We get the muon feedback wave tech. It's interesting. You give somebody a muon token. If you time it right, can be devastating. They can take a whole bunch of hull damage if they moved quickly. But a lot of times, you're not going to do all that much to it. Maybe 1, maybe if you're lucky 2 damage. Now, granted, for an action, that's pretty good. That's guaranteed damage. But there's always a chance that they pull a 1 and you do absolutely nothing to them. And that's unfortunate. And then our last tech is Interphase Generator. And Interphase Generator is another one of those fantastic cards. It's essentially attack cancellation. You end up taking 1 damage for it. It only works on cloak ships. But it's one of those cards that actually makes cloaking playable in the game. If Interphase Generator didn't exist, cloaking would be the biggest gamble of all gambles, because 1 good hit would take you out, especially if your defense dice go ice cold, which has happened more times than, anyone who's played this game with cloaked ships would ever care to admit or care to recall. So Interphase Generator is fantastic. It is why people bought multiple Apnex packs and why people still buy Apnex packs to this day. I think I have 2 or 3 of these because it's just that good. So overall, I think this is a pack where you go, hey, I gotta get one of these at the very least, because Varel, good, Mirok, good, Interphase Generator, fantastic, Romulan Science Vessel, good, Apnex, not even a bad ship. 2 upgrades that are kind of just meh, but that's okay, because for a pack with, 8 cards, but a generic captain, so like 7 cards that you care about, I care about 5 of them, and that's pretty good odds. This should have been on my top ships list, top expansion list, maybe more top expansion list than top ships list. I just forgot about it. That one's on me. That's completely on me. Yeah, get this pack if you can find it. WizKids, if you're watching at all, reprint this one. Or reprint Interphase Generator, at the very least. Put it in the Romulan faction pack. We'd love to see it there. Make it accessible again. That's going to end it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.